Oh, they show you they watching the video.
Ah. Good to know. Am I still on mute or have they muted me?
They muted you.
On their side. How much longer is she talking?
She's over. She's gonna finish right now. She's introducing you.
Oh my god. Tell me when we are on.
Hello, Sasha.
Hello to all of you in Moscow. How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. So it's going to be a little rock and roll. We're obviously doing this via the internet. I'm just in Nice, in France. So if there are any technical delays, please excuse us. I like this to be as active and interactive as possible. So if there's anything you don't understand, if there's anything you don't hear, or if there's anything you would like to see, just ask me and I will go into it right away. Okay, so let's begin. I would like to present the latest top 5 trends of the Spring-Summer 2013 Fashion Week show. So it's a little summary of what's really up to date, what's really trend, and what will inspire your readers as well as the people on the street. So the first... The first look I like to talk about is its center partings. The center parting itself was a massive trend and was seen in many different ways. Often seen just when the hair was pulled back into a ponytail or a chignon, but here we see it with open, soft flowing waves. These looks were shown, I've just selected them because they were one of the key trends, and they were shown at Isabel Marant, Dior van Furstenberg, and Versace. Obviously, it's a very, very light and very summery trend, so it's perfect for when the weather is great that you can recreate this at home. In a minute, I will actually show you how to get to this result. Can you click to the next slide, please? So right now you should see the braiding trend on your screen. Braiding has been a trend that's been around for almost 2 or 3 seasons now, and often you had the fishtail braid, or you have the milkmaid braid all the way around, or a French braid. the trend has moved on quite a bit, and now the braids have actually become an accessory.
Сейчас это несколько изменился, и сейчас практически является аксессуаром.
As you can see at the examples on the screen, the braid is actually sitting on top of an already finished hairstyle.
Как вы видите на примерах, показанных на экране, косичка является аксессуаром, который находится сверху, поверх готовой прически.
Excellent. Let's move on to the next slide, please. A similar thing happened with twist, knots, and turns.
То же самое произошло с электрическими пучки, ручные волосы и различные узлы.
It was visible at the biggest shows at Gucci, Chanel, and Paul Smith.
Эти прически были замечены на показах Gucci, Chanel и Paul Smith.
And had very interesting different takes. At Gucci, for instance, it almost had an Asian touch.
Они были несколько видоизменены, например, во время показа Gucci взялся восточный мотив.
At Chanel, it was very romantic, very softly pulled back, and was slightly messy.
Chanel остановились на таком более распрямленном, более неприятном варианте. Пучкам очень романтично.
And at Paul Smith, it was all about the energy of just having a very, very tight ponytail, just having it sitting at the back of the head. One idea, three different ways of styling it. Next slide, please. So this is the part where we actually really can see how Fashion Week trends inspire red carpet looks. So there you can actually see that the soft waves with a very low side parting have been inspired from the spring summer shows, and we're now just seeing it at the Golden Globes and the Oscars in Los Angeles just in the last month.
Здесь можно наблюдать как тренд, который первоначально на подиуме перешел на базовой дорожке. Это глубокий морской пробор и мягко спадающие новые волосы. Мы могли это увидеть на подиумах, на показах, и в последнее время мы это замечали на базовой дорожке во время церемонии Golden Globes и Oscar.
It's really one of the key looks that is often seen on red carpets, and the original version was inspired by Veronica Lake. But it has moved on, and now the hair, even though it's perfect and has beautiful glam and is very shiny and glamorous, has become more touchable. You actually want to go and be able to do this to the hair rather than thinking, oh my god, my style is ruined now. Might want to zoom in. So I'm just going to show you on one strand really quickly how you can recreate this curl. It's very simple. I think that's enough. You're taking two fingers, you wrap the hair around it, and the end you just hide in the middle. So you're ending up with a perfect curl. Right, so it's actually just a loop. So it's not very complicated technique at all. You then take a straightener and just clamp the hair for about 3 seconds, and then you move on and you literally clamp the entire loop. I literally let it drop into my hands. So the temperature of it is quite warm, but it's so warm that you can touch it immediately, so it's not boiling hot. there's actually the wrong information that you need very hot temperatures to change the texture of the hair. It's completely wrong. Actually, only temperatures until 200 degrees are good for the hair and don't damage it. Pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out. So now you can see how this beautiful curl has a lot of bounce and is perfectly glamorous. Pull out a bit more. So it's a very simple technique. You literally just take a strand of hair, wrap it around the finger, clamp it with the iron, let it cool out. Ideally, if you're doing this at home, then I would suggest that you start on top and do the top sections and clamp them with those little grips, just to hold them in place. So all the hair is out of the way. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the parting into a low sitting side parting. And you can already see what happens from the innocent summer look. Just by changing the parting, it becomes way more elegant. Oops. You want this to be all drooping over to one side. Finish off the hair line once again, so it's really polished and neat. Tip your head a tiny bit to the side, please. No, just tip your head to the side. No, no, no. Tip your head to the side. Thank you. And this way, if you want to spray in more hairspray, you just do it from underneath. Close your eyes. And in 2 minutes, you've got beautiful red carpet hair and looking like Jessica Alba. Any questions so far? Okay, let's move on. One of the last but not least trends of this season is volume. It's definitely a look that will always be visible. Sorry, did I interrupt you? Are you finished? Okay, sorry. So one of the biggest trends is always going to be there. Volume. Volume is always a little more difficult to achieve, and that's the reason why I wanted to show you really briefly how you can achieve a red carpet or catwalk look. Again, in 2 minutes, very simple, very straightforward, and just transform something which can be either done on straight hair or on curly hair. So I just changed the parting a tiny bit again, so it's a tiny bit more innocent. And then I will start by backcombing the back of the head. So imagine a line. Imagine a line from ear to ear all the way over the top of her head. So all of the hair behind the ear, just in the top section, will be backcombed. So what I will be doing now, let's turn again please. You take a small subsection, which should be roughly as big as the section of your the tooth section of your comb. You comb the hair through. You hold it firmly in one hand. Oops. She's got very long hair. And then about 4 fingers away from the scalp, I push the comb into the hair. And then in one firm stroke, just push the comb down to the scalp. Then I do it from the other side. And this way, you're creating amazing backcombing without damaging the hair. So here you can really see how much volume you can build up. It's very firm, but it's very easy to brush out. So everything is gone. The way how this works is you're literally folding hair on top of each other, rather than doing it like in the granny salon where it just looks like that and there's this big nest. So backcombing itself doesn't damage the hair, it's just you need to do it in the right way. So now I'm just repeating the technique, which is from the back, from the front, from the back, from the front. Turn your head sideways, please. Thank you. And now I'm going to be moving in little half moon circles, a little more down the back of her head. Is this something you think you can achieve at home? Yes, no? Sorry?
Some say yes, some say no.
Who says no? I want to know why.
The more hair you have, the more difficult it becomes.
Pardon?
The more hair you have, the more difficult it becomes.
Trust me, she has shitloads. But the good thing is when you have lots of hair, you probably won't need that much backcombing anyway, because you will have quite a lot of volume naturally. This is kind of more for a tip for people which have average amount of hair and just want to create volume and have difficulties actually achieving it. Otherwise, if you're setting up a date with your hairdresser, that always helps.
It's difficult to do something for yourself, to do this on your own hair.
This technique is actually the reason why I'm showing this to you is because I really believe that this is very simple. Because what you're doing, you can actually see in the mirror. You're doing it like so, and the only thing you're doing is swapping the comb side. So actually, it's not a very complicated technique. It's very simple. But I heard I'm back in Moscow soon, so let's set up an appointment. We do a backcombing lesson. Pardon?
Where should they sign in?
Speak to the people from Procter & Gamble. They will know. So, turn your head sideways. So I've done the top section, so about 3 rows. Right? I'm now going to gather the hair all the way to the back. So if you're doing this back at home, you want to shake your hair slightly backwards. Then I'm using the outside of the comb, of the brush, of the bronze satin hairbrush. I'm not placing it straight on the head, I'm using it sideways. So, meaning I'm not pushing it into the hair, it's just, I'm gently stroking it. So this immediately clears out the outer surface, but keeps all the volume in. Once you're done with this, you just take some hair from the front, about this much. Can you see this? And I'm taking roughly the same amount from the other side. This is very individual to your own face shape. So on some people it looks better with more hair, and some people it looks better with less hair. Some it looks better when you just take a very small strand from the side, as in here. So it's very versatile. So, what I'm doing is turn your head all the way. So here are the two strands. Okay, I'm pulling them across, and the other one like so. All right. I'm then taking a hair grip, something like this. Okay, that's matching a hair color, and I'm going to push one in upwards. And one downwards. Crossing the other one. So it's almost invisible. It has a very good hold with two clips. And now you can adjust the amount of how much volume you have just by gently pulling it. So you can really pull it out and end up looking like Amy Winehouse or Adele, as she did at the Golden Globes, which was obviously more extreme. Or you can have a slightly softer version like Selena Gomez when I started for the UNICEF ball in New York. So this is really all dependent on how much hair you have in the front, how many layers you have, if you have a fringe, if all the hair is layered, if it's all one length, to define what's the perfect style for you around the front. And immediately you've got a beautiful red carpet or catwalk inspired look that shows the best of both worlds, which is beautiful long hair and volume. What I like about this look, it's very innocent, it looks quite romantic, it has a very fresh approach, and it definitely looks like you just styled your hair, so it's something quite beautiful about it. I hope you like it, and I hope you like the little trend presentation, and now I'm ready for you for any questions that you might have.
Надеюсь, что вам понравился этот небольшой мастер-класс, и если у вас есть какие-то вопросы, то, пожалуйста, задавайте. Sasha, where do you get your trends from? Do you see these trends on the catwalks, or where do you get these ideas?
The five last trends were my own summary of what I've seen or what I've selected as the top trends from the spring-summer 2013 runway shows.
So first you see them on the catwalk, then you choose from those looks.
Correct. So this is my interpretation or my summary of the catwalk looks that I've been viewing globally, or when I work on the shows myself.
Это просто общая обзорка, которую делает Саша с показом на фоне по всему миру. Это его, так сказать, пять трендов, которые он выбрал, исходя из всех показов, которые он видел, в которых он участвовал. And this is how the fashion, which and the trends are created for the season.
Correct. So I've selected these looks purposely because all of the looks that, or most of the looks that were visible on the spring-summer 2013 catwalk shows were very wearable. So I've selected the ones that had the most separation amongst each other to show you the latest trends, and on two of them, or on three of them, actually how to get there, which is the center parting with a soft wave, how to get to the waves, how to turn it into a red carpet look by being a bit more Jessica Alba-like and a bit more Veronica Lake, so very sexy, as well as having sort of a bit Brigitte Bardot-inspired sexiness.
И эти пять трендов, Саша, потому что они очень часто встречаются, потому что их можно создать и в домашних условиях. То есть их можно носить, их можно сделать только для подиума, только для какой-то дорожки. Три из пяти луков Саша показала. Первый вопрос с обуви, второй это другой фасон, и третий вот такой, скажем, образ специальный Brigitte Bardot, который сейчас видим.
Do you have any further questions?
Никаких вопросов. And Sasha, what do you think of color here? Pink, red, blue, whatever. So, what do you think of this trend?
What do I think? Okay, so if I understood the question right, you're asking me what I think are the latest trends are?
No, the latest trend, what do you think of such looks with color here, with different strands of different colors, red and pink and other colors?
Well, I think it's been a trend that's been around for almost 3 seasons now. When I first developed, I really thought it would only last for 1 season, but it's been going on for such a long time now, and it's really developed, so it's become more luxurious and more sort of wearable. I actually really start liking it the second time around because it started looking more elegant. So if it's multicolored or rainbow-colored hair.
Несколько сезонов уже актуально, то есть сначала появился такой вариант, что он свой еще актуальный сезон, но уже 2 сезона актуальный вариант, но сейчас экстремальный вариант, он становится более элегантным.
If it's multicolored or even rainbow-colored hair, or the tones are very extreme, I generally quite like it. It's just, it needs to be the perfect placement.
Если вы собираетесь в различных сторонах, экстремальный вариант, когда он Саша очень нравится,
Sorry, I didn't hear you properly. Can you repeat the last part?
Do extreme colors such as red, pink, blue damage the hair more than just usual colors?
No, you can't say that, generally speaking, you can't say that they more damage the hair. What is often the case, that if you want to have an extreme color result on dark hair, you have to lift the tone, the darkness of the hair to a quite light tone to actually to have the vibrancy of the color. Depending on how this is done, this can be slightly stressful to the hair, but shouldn't be damaging.
Вообще нельзя сказать, что они больше вредят волосам. Единственное, момент, если вы хотите добиться экстремального цвета на темных волосах, то нужно их осветлить и в зависимости от того, это может немного стрессообразующий фактор для волос. То есть они может проявить, в зависимости от того, как вы осветляете на волосы, то это очень может проявить, а может быть и так же, как обычно.
So the clear answer, if your hair is already very light and you're just applying a very vibrant color, such as pink, red or whatever, if there is no damage to the hair or there's no stress. Did I answer your question? Please.
Sasha, the model has wonderful, long, gorgeous hair, and what should we do if the hair isn't as long?
Keep growing it. The most. Yes. Generally speaking. Generally speaking, her hair, she hasn't. The less you do to the hair, when you go for extreme color changes, talking if your own hair is very dark and if you're bleaching it very blonde, to then dye it possibly red, to then dye it back dark, and if you're styling it every day, you're using very hot styling tools. Then you might end up sort of creating damage over time. So you wanna have great styling tools. You wanna have the right shampoo, conditioner, and you wanna make sure that if you do color treatments, that you do them gently and think about where you wanna go to actually be able to grow your hair long.
Больше воздействовать на волосы инструментами с очень повышенной температурой, очень горячими инструментами, тем больше вы видите волосам, и со временем это накапливается. То есть главное использовать правильные инструменты, правильные средства, только подходящие для этих волос.
It looks like that you are experimenting a tiny bit with an ombre tone there. Can I see that right?
Вы, видимо, экспериментируете немножко с таким осветлением волос, как Саша видит.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So obviously you can still grow your hair, but it's almost like you want to decide, do I want something fashionable and really follow every trend and go through many changes, or do I just want beautiful, long, but essentially also quite boring hair? Because yes, as beautiful as it is long hair and it's got one color. Which is the better side? Sorry. Make sense?
Sasha, there was one more question. How should we thoroughly take care of our hair?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
How should we properly take care of our hair?
Sorry, say that again.
How should we properly take care of our hair?
Okay, fantastic. Can you zoom out, please? It's very important that if you want to take care of your hair, is that you start with the right hair styling routine. Meaning, you need to have the right shampoo and conditioner to begin with. Often I find, sorry, go ahead, translate. Often I find that women just continuously buy something because they've been using it for years. Maybe your hair was shorter and very colored and now it's longer and you kind of just want to grow it out. And maybe your hair styling has completely changed as well. So you always need to consider what you want to achieve, and does the product that I currently have at home actually give you the result that you want? And then to continue, you want to have, obviously, so you want to start with the right styling and shampoo, as in the care products. If your hair is very long, you also want to use a mask about once a week. And then you want to make sure that you're using the right styling products that give you the results that you want and that you want to achieve, but also give you the whole benefits and are nourishing to your hair. And what's very important is that you use styling tools that allow you to adjust the temperature to the needs of your hair. Often straighteners have only one option, which is switching them on or off, and the working temperature is very, very high. So you should definitely invest into a straightener or curling iron that lets you adjust the temperature, the needs of your hair. So then you've got a full styling routine.
There's one more question. You didn't use anything which protects the hair from the heat when you were styling.
I did.
You did, right?
I did, sorry. Obviously, when she arrived, we washed her hair, and then I used the Wella Heat Creation mousse to enable to give us the hold that we've got in here. And what you want, and this protects the hair from heat damage. It has a heat protector built in, as well as giving me the right hold that I want to achieve. Is this already been launched? Is it already been launched? As well on top, is I use the Braun Sensor Care styler, which is, obviously an intelligent styler. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but this styler automatically adjusts the temperature to the needs of your hair. So there are sensors built in, which So there are sensors built in here which reads the moisture level in your hair 20 times per second. And therefore selects the temperature that's right for your hair. And if you remember, I just clamped it and literally let it drop right afterwards into my hands. So it was very warm, but not hot. So it was kind of a combination of, I didn't actually need the heat protection because this is already protecting the hair from heat, but I'm using it because I needed I needed the hold anyway. So I've got the best of both worlds. Any more questions? No?
Thank you very much. No more questions.
Thank you very much, ladies. It was wonderful having you of the other side of the world in direct communication. Have a great evening. And I hope to see you soon in the next workshop when we do backcombing, and we do a little backcombing lesson in Moscow. I can't wait for that. Thank you very much and goodbye. Sorry.
Мир, слушай, а можете начинать? Потому что Саша уже сидит, и прям уже у нас времени совсем нет. У вас будет ровно 15 минут. Ну, бросай как бы людей, пусть Саша их рассадит, а ты людей... Да. Угу.
Маша, можете говорить чуть потише? Тебя очень сильно слышно у нас.
Да, хорошо.
Спасибо.
Кать, отойди, пожалуйста, от камеры. Спасибо большое.
Маша, ты меня видишь?
Да, мы тебя видим, Влад.
Буквально одну минуту, я подойдет технологию, которую будет разговаривать с Сашей.
Кать, ты не могла бы там пойти Милу поторопить? Пожалуйста.
Момент. Маш, девушка обычно в дамскую комнату, мы ее ждем.
What are we waiting for?
She's in the water closet.
Сейчас Саша должна прийти, нам учитель, что она это ждет, и учитель, да, ну, скажи мне, сколько будет минут. Да.
Мил, прям очень быстро, времени совсем нет. Да, слышно, слышно. Пожалуйста, ребят, поторопитесь, у нас совсем нет времени, у Саши совсем нет времени.
Is she giving birth? Is she giving birth? Is she having a big shit?
No.
No, is she there?
Il fait l'interview. Il doit faire l'interview.
She's in the bathroom?
T'as une interview, tu prends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi. So, let's have a Skype interview.
Да, давайте вопросы, начнем интервью.
The door.
Sasha, could you please say a few words about the runways which were present, about the shows, the fashion shows?
Sorry?
Which were present, and what are your thoughts about these shows?
I'm not entirely sure if I understand the question.
Could you please say a few words about the fashion shows, about the runway shows at which you were present?
Right. I haven't worked at the spring. I haven't worked at these spring summer shows, so I wasn't present at any of them. But I will be. I have been worked. Well, I have worked on the autumn winter shows, but so I can't answer that question. Sorry. Good question.
Could you please, we know that you have worked with many stars.
Yes.
Which stars do you remember most? And does star hair differ from ordinary women's hair?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Does star hair, the hair of stars,
Yeah.
differ from the hair of ordinary women?
No, it doesn't. I don't think the hair is the difference. It's obviously because celebrities these days, as soon as they walk out of the door, they're being photographed by paparazzis.
Единственное, чем отличаются звезды, это то, что они как только выходят за двери салона, они их сразу фотографируют папарацци. А так по качеству волос не отличаются волосы звезд от волос обычных простых женщин.
So obviously it's a different focus how good their hair, their makeup and their entire outfit needs to look like.
Просто им сложнее, потому что больший фокус, больше внимания уделяется тому, как они выглядят, их прическе, их одежде, тому, как они в общем выглядят, макияжу.
Whilst for the average woman at home, obviously this can be, you know, sometimes it's not that important.
Для среднестатистической обычной женщины это может быть не столь важно, как для звезды.
But beautiful hair is very important for almost any woman.
Красивые волосы это важно для любой женщины.
You've got very beautiful hair, so I assume it's very important to you.
Очень красивые волосы, поэтому, видимо, для вас это очень важно. Yeah, yes, that's correct.
So,
Школа, девочек очень много труда учат, готовы шить пар, рукоделие. Вы считаете дальше то, что если бы школа для девочек были лучше уроки ухода за собой, волосами, законами, может быть, базовые материалы было бы лучше. Sasha, here in Russia, we have at school, they teach girls to do housework, to cook, to clean. And do you think that it would be better to have hours of makeup, or to study the art of makeup, of hairstyling? Do you think that would be better if they taught this at schools?
I don't think it would be better, but I think it would be an additional nice benefit, because I think with a few hours here and there, you could really lead young children or growing women or teenagers into the right way of doing the right hair and right makeup. So yeah, that it's a very interesting thought.
Он не думает, что это было бы лучше, но он говорит, что это было бы очень неплохо, если бы, допустим, дополнительные несколько часов выделялись именно этому, то было бы очень хорошо вести в правильном направлении молодых девочек, девушек, и они смогли бы учиться в правильном направлении.
But at the same time, if I think about all my slightly crazy punk, goth, skate, hippie friends, I don't think they ever had a makeup lesson, but there are so many things, so many inspirational things that just come by trying things out that you can't teach in school, and I think that's also very important.
В то же время, когда он думает о своих друзьях хиппи, панках и других экстремальных друзьях, он понимает, что очень много есть вещей, которые они просто научились делать методом проб и ошибок, и он говорит, что это тоже очень важно, практиковаться и учиться этому процессе. То есть он говорит, что это такие вещи, которым невозможно научить в школе.
That you live as a teenager, that you live through your crazy times and try things that might be completely wrong, but then at least you know that they were wrong later on.
Когда в подростковом возрасте вы очень много пробуете, экспериментируете, и вы на практике видите, что это не совсем правильно, но зато вы знаете по итогу, что это не было неправильно. Так, вопрос по поводу силикона, что думаете, Саша? Потому что сейчас есть такая страх, да, у многих, я читаю очень много девочек на форумах, такие пишут, что это опасно. Имеется в виду силиконовые, силиконовые эффекты укладочные, масла, какие-то да? Именно слезовые ваши, немножко не всегда, но когда мне основа говорят, что это масло для волос, да, основа силиконовая. And Sasha, what do you think about the presence of silicone and dimethicone in styling materials?
Sorry, what do I think about?
About the presence of silicone. Silicone, you understand? In,
Yeah.
Yes, in styling materials.
What do I think about it? It's great.
Because sometimes some people believe that it's not very good for the hair.
Well, there used to be... Okay. Let's turn back the clock about 15 years. You're talking about something that's as old as my grandchildren are. It's kind of like it's this myth that where in the beginning of silicone they were used in styling and care products, and they were very heavy and non-water. You couldn't just wash them off with water. Every modern silicone that's being used right now, is water solvable, or water, you can rinse it off with water. So therefore, if there's a silicone in a styling or care product, it's needed.
Если вернуться на 15 лет назад, то тогда существовал такой миф, что это очень вредно для волос, потому что тогда использовались вещества, тот же силикон, который невозможно было смыть с волос, потому что он не растворялся в воде, и он утяжелял волосы. А потом, соответственно, это вещество видоизменилось, и сейчас он легко смывается с волос, поэтому если он используется в этих средствах, то он там для этого нужен. То есть,
As far as I'm concerned, everything that a styling product does, as long as I use it and I think it's good, I don't see there's a problem.
Но говорит о том, что если это используется средство для волос, и если он этим пользуется, если это так производит, значит оно там определенные положительные свойства имеет, и нет никакой проблемы в использовании этих средств.
And how often can you use a styler, a straightening styler?
Every day 5 times.
And what's the maximum temperature level?
200. I mean, if you think about how it works on a photo shoot or a fashion show during fashion weeks, as a model, you get your hair styled in different ways 4, 5, 6 times a day, and there's no problem. It's just that you use great quality styling tools that don't go over 200 degrees.
Ну, то есть модели очень часто меняют отчет по 6-8 раз в день, и это не вредит волосам, если только использовать правильные инструменты, которые не превышают максимальный уровень 200 градусов. Да.
If it would be a problem, then you wouldn't see any girls with long hair. Any models, I mean.
Если бы это было проблематично, то не было бы моделей с длинными волосами, потому что модели очень часто используют это. Простите, Саша, вообще, ему больше нравятся блондинки или брюнетки, и блондинки, они правда составляют большую часть дохода для мастеров или салонных красоты.
Sasha, which do you like better, blondes or brunettes? And do brunettes really give more money to stylists? Or do blondes give more money to stylists?
Okay, which color do I prefer more? So there is this old saying, blondes have more fun. There's some research that has been done that men like blonder women for one reason: it makes their head turn faster. This is purely because the eye catches a lighter color in the dark background faster than dark. So if you enter as a blonde woman into a dark room, you will always catch the attention of men.
Просто считается, что блондинки более насыщенная жизнь, но было проведено исследование, которое показало, что просто мужчинам нравится, скажем так, блондинки больше, потому что светлый пигмент быстрее приковывает к себе взгляд. То есть на общем фоне блондинка выделяется больше. То есть они просто поворачивают голову быстрее на блондинок. Поэтому, если в темном пространстве, блондинку всегда проще заметить, чем яркую.
So basically, you're using Mother Nature as your friend with your hair color. And to answer your who tip more question, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually worked in a salon, and generally speaking, my tipping was always good. And I can't remember if my clients were a particular hair color.
Он просто говорит, что он уже очень давно в салонах именно как парикмахер не работает, но говорит о том, что, в общем-то, не то чтобы очень сильно отличалось как-то блондинки от брюнеток в плане доходности.
I think as long as you are happy as a client and you received the service you wanted, everything should be fine.
То есть, если вы как клиент довольны, получили услугу на достойном уровне, то, в общем, все прекрасно. Можно ли начать дома работать? В смысле, я пользуюсь, например, КСБ.
Девушки, давайте я предлагаю самый последний вопрос.
Yes, Sasha, the last question is, can you achieve volume with only one means, just with a mousse or a hairspray, just only one?
Well, mousse needs to be dried with a hair dryer, otherwise it will dry flat if the hair is wet. But yeah, you can definitely achieve volume by just spraying it in correctly. Were you present in the presentation?
Yes, she was present during the presentation, yes.
Okay, so I asked the model to tip the hair sideways and spray it in from underneath. This way, so there's this old myth, shake your hair upside down to create more volume, which is bullshit. Because it actually just destroys your style. You've got no idea where you're spraying when your hair is upside down.
Спинка нужно обязательно ее высушить, иначе она не добавит объема, обязательно нужно воздействовать на нее феном. Термо на пенку обязательно, иначе объема не будет. А вот лак для волос, если правильно его использовать, вот как Саша показывали в презентации, модель наклонила голову на сторону, и он снизу вверх прыгал на прическу, вот это добавляет объема прически. Он говорит о том, что существует миф, что нужно перевернуть, разгракивать голову, вы не видите, куда вы прыгаете, поэтому получается абсолютно ерунда. Нужно именно на сторону голову.
But if you tip your head sideways, your hair fans open, you spray it in, and the hair will automatically lock in the volume.
Можете закрепить объем.
Otherwise, a backcombing session always helps.
Иначе можно опять-таки объем достичь при помощи начеса.
I'm gonna do a workshop just on backcombing soon in Moscow.
У него будет мастер-класс как раз именно по начесу, как раз в Москве.
Все, спасибо большое. Спасибо большое. У нас совсем нет времени, к сожалению.
Thank you.
So, no time for one more question, right?
No, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Bye.
Yes, bye, Sasha. Thank you.